What's going on, everyone? Today is a huge day. The Los Angeles Lakers have an opportunity to gentlemen sweep the Memphis Grizzlies in Memphis, closing out this series and moving on to the second round, which would be absolutely massive. Give the Lakers some real rest going into what is very likely going to be a juggernaut of a series between the winner of the Kings or the Warriors, right? That series is probably going 7. Lakers need as much rest as possible because both of those teams love to run, be fast, be quick, get up and down the court. Lakers need to have as fresh legs as possible. And I think if they get this done, that'll give them 5 days to like a week of rest, which would be massive for this Lakers team. And this is the type of games that show who your guys are, right? And look, I'm not saying bet the farm on the Lakers to win tonight. The Grizzlies have a lot in their favor. Backs are against the wall, right? They're on the brink of elimination. They're the best home team in the league. They have all their guys who are going to want to show, oh, we can come back. They're young. They're hungry. They still believe they are going to have the home crowd. They're the number 2 seed in the West for a reason. This isn't going to be an easy game. But the Lakers have shown in every game, even game 2, as badly as they played, showed that they are the better team and that they are capable of winning and closing out this game in Memphis. It would also be a huge statement game for the Lakers. Lakers going into Memphis, winning twice against the best home team, especially if you end up having to play a team like the Warriors, who were another top home team, be able to show like, hey, we can go into Golden State and we can beat you. We already beat you in the regular season, Golden State. I believe we're the last team to beat them at home. Hey, guess what? We're coming. Right? You send that statement to them, the rest of the league. We can win all of our home games and we can win all of our road games. Now what? Right? That is huge. That's what we need to do. That's what we need to establish. We just knocked out the 2 seed. But again, it's going to be tough. And like I said, these are the type of games that show who is who. And Anthony Davis needs to come out and show who he is. Now, Anthony Davis is getting clobbered. He is getting they are letting the Memphis Grizzlies get whatever they want with Anthony Davis. I mean, you have Triple J, who's second in the league in drawing fouls, who can't get a foul to save his life when Anthony Davis gets the ball, when he's pulling on his shoulder, he's pulling on his jersey, he's trying to pull on his arm. Like, it's unbelievable the amount of stuff that the Grizzlies are getting away with when it comes to Anthony Davis. And Anthony Davis has struggled because of it. Now, don't get me wrong, the rest of the way, there's very few teams that can do what Memphis is doing. Memphis has arguably the best defense we will see the rest of the playoffs unless we play the Celtics in the finals, right? There's not another team that is that much better defensively than the Memphis Grizzlies. So, and they have the pieces to pack the paint on Anthony Davis and still guard the perimeter, right? They're a really good defensive team, really quick, really young, really athletic, got the Defensive Player of the Year. So it is a challenging series for AD regardless because the Memphis Grizzlies strategy is shut down Anthony Davis and make everybody else beat us. It's the same thing that the Celtics did to Kevin Durant, and the difference was the Nets weren't able to beat them where the Lakers have, right? Rui stepped up, Reeves has stepped up, D'Lo saved arguably the series. You still have LeBron James, who's been incredible, right? All of these things are why we're winning because they're doing everything they can to keep Anthony Davis pedestrian. Anthony Davis still has to figure it out and overcome it. Now, if we're just shooting the lights out and it is one of those games where we're just running away, like think of like that Pelicans game where the game was over by the end of the second quarter, we were up like 30 something, right? If it's something like that or like a game 3 scenario where we're up 26 or whatever at the end of the first or second period, it's something like that, and AD just kind of coasts the rest of the way, fine. But that's very likely not what's going to happen. Very likely, we're going to need probably 25 to 30 points from AD with 15 rebounds and 4 blocks, 3 steals. We're going to need that Anthony Davis is the guy type game. The Anthony Davis is arguably the best player in the world type game. And he's more than capable of doing that, right? Anthony Davis defensively has put together probably the greatest stretch, we have seen. This guy has been incredible defensively. But he needs to be able to get it going offensively. We need that big monster game from him. Again, if it's something where the team is just on fire and we're just shooting the lights out and stuff, then fine. Don't disrupt that just to try to force feed Anthony Davis. But again, I don't see it being that way. This is going to be an absolute grind of a game, very likely. And we need Anthony Davis to be big. We need Anthony Davis to fight through that contact, to be physical, to be aggressive, to get this done, to have that statement game. He hasn't had he had the 33 or whatever, what was it, 33 and 17 game, which was nice. I'd like to see that again. He leads the league in 30 and 15 games, and he leads the league in 35 and 15 games. So he's more than capable of doing that. He's more than capable of putting up 35 and 17 or whatever. Right now, he's averaging something like 12 and 4, and he's like the second player in history to do that, some crazy stat like that. But still, we need more from AD. If Anthony Davis comes out and establishes that dominance and really kind of just punches the Grizzlies in the mouth, we're going to win this game. We will win this game, right? We got to demoralize them. We got to have them start thinking about Cancun, right? Like, oh man, where do I want to sit on the plane? That's what we need to get them thinking. We need them to really, like, just start contemplating, like, okay, like, season's done. Where's Dylan Brooks going to go? Because he's not staying on the Grizzlies, right? That kind of thing. We need Anthony Davis to be that bear, right? Poke the bear, all that stuff. Today, Anthony Davis needs to be the bear, and he's more than capable of doing so. He absolutely is. He's more than capable of taking over this game, hitting big shots, but I want to see him get established early. I don't want to see the Lakers force it, right? We've seen the Lakers on several occasions try to force the entry pass rather than just running a play, and it usually leads to a tip out or it leads to a turnover or something like that. Like, again, but Anthony Davis has to fight for position. He has to do a better job of getting position, or run some sets with him getting the ball at the high key and then working his way down, or hopefully his mid-range is going. If he can start knocking down his mid-range again, then that would be massive, because that would just open up everything. We need to see that from AD. We need AD to get going. They're going to continue to hammer him. They're going to continue to double and at times triple team him. That's what they do. But the way he gets through that is decisive decisions. Get the ball and go. Don't think about it. Don't wait for the double team to collapse. Go beat them. Anthony Davis is the best player on the court. At this stage, right? I mean, LeBron's still amazing, but Anthony Davis is the best player on the court, or he should be the best player on the court. And we need that I'm the best player on the court type of game. We need that I'm arguably the best player on the planet type game. We've seen him do it. We've seen him do it for stretches. We saw him do it for like a month straight, where like every game he was giving you 30 and 15. And I'm not saying he necessarily has to give you 30 plus, but we need at least a mid-20s game with 15 boards, 4 blocks, 2 steals. Like, we need that defensive juggernaut game, and we need him at least in the 20s to maybe close to 30s. Whatever the game calls for. Other guys are going to have to step up, right? If Anthony Davis could go off for 50, 20, and 20, give us 50 points, 20 blocks, 20 rebounds, and just have one of the greatest games in NBA history, and we could still lose the game if nobody else shows up. It's not going to just solely be on Anthony Davis, but Anthony Davis needs to be the guy. He needs to be aggressive. He needs to be decisive. He needs to be physical. He needs to dominate and demand that presence. Because we have a real opportunity to just put this away. We have a real opportunity to say, bon voyage, that's it. Enjoy Cancun. And we're going to go get this rest and get ready for this second round against the Kings or the Warriors. That's what the Lakers need to do. Because we're going to need it. We're going to need as much rest as possible. Anthony Davis, LeBron James, they're still dealing with injuries. LeBron's looked gassed at times, which I can't really blame him. Again, he's year 20, 38 years old. He's still dealing with that foot injury. D'Lo's had some knick-knack stuff. We need guys. D'Lo's going to have to be big today. Reeves is going to have to be big today. Rui's going to have to be big today. All right, we're going to need our guys to be big today. I'd love to see like that Malik Beasley just standout game today. That would be amazing. Or Troy Brown, one of those guys. Or even if they both just give us modest games, right? Let's say both of them just give us like 8 to 10. Perfect. We're going to need something like that. But we're also going to need Anthony Davis to go out and be Anthony Davis. Be the elite level Anthony Davis. That's what we need. And if we get that, we're winning this game. Without a doubt in my mind, we win this game. If we get the Anthony Davis that's giving us, 10 points, 15 rebounds, 4 steals, and 3 blocks, or 4 blocks and 3 steals, something like that. Like, yeah, that's a great game. It's a great stat line. He filled it up for most people, but that's not Anthony Davis. Great game. That's not what we need from Anthony Davis. So unless everybody is just killing, like if D'Lo is going off for 40, Reeves is pitching in 20, LeBron's giving you 15, Beasley's going off for 20, and AD only has to get 15 points, then sure, no problem. Or AD only has 7 points and he's only taking like 6 shots, fine. I don't care. That's okay. As long as we get the win, right? But I don't think it's going to be that way. I think it's going to come down to we need heroics from Anthony Davis. And these are the type of games that prove who you are. Think of like Denver and the bubble, that kind of thing, where he just took over down the stretch, hit the game winner. We need that AD. We need the AD in overtime. He was the leading scorer, had 5 points, had a great offensive rebounds, big defensive plays. We need that, but the entirety of the game. If he gives us that, we win this game. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? Think we get a big game from AD? Do you think we don't? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. Let me know.